Hi, welcome to my channel, Not Your Average Weight Loss. I'm Karen, 56-year-old mom. Lost over 50 pounds on compounded tirzepatide. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So let's get started. I do have some notes here, so if I'm looking over, it's just some notes that I've taken. So I was debating on what my next video would be. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people make that's currently on a GLP-1 is focusing on eating less. So today I'm going to talk about how I eat on a GLP-1 to lose fat and keep muscle. That's very important, especially for those of us women that are over 50 years old. Please like and subscribe so you can get more of these videos if you find them helpful. I appreciate it. So after losing more than 50 pounds, I've learned that when you eat, what you eat, I should say, matters just as much as how much you eat, right? It's not just about the quantity of food, it's what you put into your body. So today I want to share exactly how I approach nutrition on a GLP-1, including protein, macros, supplements, salmon. This one will surprise you. Stay tuned. Creatine, collagen peptides, and amino acids, and why preserving muscle has become one of my biggest priorities. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. This is just my journey through my weight loss adventures with a GLP-1 medication. In fact, I've been on a GLP-1 medication now for over a year. It's been a year and 3 months. It's incredible. These medications have been a life changer for me. When I say that, I really mean it. I was not going down a good path. I was going down a very unhealthy path. So let's just jump right in. Why protein is my number one priority. I know I'm sure you hear a bunch of protein this, protein that, eat your protein. Personally, for me, I prioritize that. I'm sure you've heard, that before, but I really do it, and I feel that it does help. When your appetite drops, especially when you're on a GLP-1, it is very easy to undereat protein. That's why they say, and you've heard this before, prioritize protein. Eat your protein first. That's going to give you the most nutrients, the most benefit. Why eat protein first, right? It preserves muscle, improves recovery, especially if you're strength training like I am every day, 4 to 5 days a week, typically, and I walk every day. Increases fullness. Protein is known to be satiating. It fills you up more than any other macro, carbs, fat, etc. And it supports healthy aging. Like I said before, I'm 56. I'm actually going to be 57 in August. It's coming up soon. My goal every day is to make protein the foundation of every meal. I prioritize protein every single meal. I don't just wait until the end, right? I do it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have 3 meals a day. I eat anywhere between 130 grams to 180 grams of protein per day. That's because I lift heavy, I strength train, and that's the reason why. I don't build meals around carbohydrates. I do have carbohydrates. We all need carbohydrates, especially if we're training or if we're exercising, but I don't, build my meal around that or fats. I start with protein first. Everything else just comes second, falls into place. So earlier I mentioned salmon. So my family and I have salmon at least 3 times a week. And what I've recently learned is that there is a difference between farmed raised salmon that you get at like Shaw's or Stop and Shop, whatever type of, your grocery, versus wild salmon or wild caught salmon. This one surprised me, and it might surprise you. One protein source I eat regularly is this, and that's why I wanted to dig a little deeper into this and ask these questions, right? Should I buy farm raised versus wild caught salmon? For me, both can be excellent protein sources, don't get me wrong. However, wild salmon is generally leaner and often contains slightly higher levels of certain nutrients. Think about it, right? When they're farm raised, they get pellets, right? Humans are feeding them. When they're in the wild, they're eating all these nutrients on their own, right? They know what they want. They know what the fish know what their body needs. So, that's why farm raised salmon typically contains more fat and often more omega-3 fatty acids because of the fat content. The biggest takeaway for me was both are significantly better choices, don't get me wrong, than highly processed foods. Don't let perfection stop you from eating quality protein. The best salmon is often the one you'll consistently eat. I know for me it is definitely pricier to get the wild caught salmon, and I get it at a local fish market that we're lucky to have here in New England. And for me personally, I don't mind paying a little bit more for better quality nutrient salmon. So understanding macros, right? I also track my macros. Everyone's numbers will be different, so everybody is different. But for me, tracking macros helps me stay accountable. I focus on, like I mentioned, protein first, adequate healthy fats. You do need fats, and controlled carbohydrates. For me, it's controlled carbohydrates. I'm doing a cut right now from my reverse diet. So I'm in the cut phase, or the lean. I'm leaning out. So I don't obsess over perfection. I do intentionally do that though because of the phase I'm in. I use macros as a guide because consistency beats perfection every time. And for me, I feel I'm consistent. So the other thing I want to talk about, and I'm sure you've heard about this as well, is creatine. One supplement I've added is creatine along my journey. I've been taking over the 5-gram dose now for over, probably five months or so. The reason I do that is because for me, I want to get the benefit that it can bring to brain health in general. So the 5 is the muscle, right? Is recovery and all those things, because the muscle absorbs the creatine. It absorbs that, and that's why also you have to drink more water when you're on creatine. Many people think creatine is only for bodybuilders. That's not true. They were smart in doing what they were doing with taking the creatine, but creatine is one of the most researched supplements available. For me, the goal, again, is supporting strength training, muscle preservation, work performance, and brain health. Especially during weight loss, maintaining muscle becomes incredibly important for us over 50 years old. The other thing I've been taking is collagen peptides. I also use collagen peptides every morning with my creatine in my coffee. Collagen is not a complete protein source, so I don't count it as a protein. But I do take it as part of my overall supplemental routine, my stack, as they call it now, right? Many people use collagen to support skin, joints, connective tissue. I find all of these things are true since I've been using it. And those things do become increasingly important as we age. I recently added amino acids. Right? Amino acids is the building blocks of protein, right? So I also use amino acids as part of my nutrition strategy. I just recently started taking them, probably about a week ago. So the goal is supporting recovery and muscle maintenance. That's important for me. Again, these supplements are not replacements for quality nutrition. They are additions to strong nutrition foundation. Remember, protein still comes first. It does with me. The other thing I have been taking is TRT, or testosterone replacement. Oh, there's Zoe. She made an appearance. I want to mention that my experience includes hormone optimization through testosterone replacement. For me, it works. It gives me more energy, better recovery, muscle maintenance, and just overall well-being. As you know, when we get older, we lose estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, all of these things, right? So it's good to do the hormone replacement. It's good for us, and especially when they took out the black box labels now. Of course, estrogen is out of stock. So I still have to wait for that, but I'm planning on doing that as well. But everybody's situation is different, and hormone therapy is something to discuss with your provider, healthcare provider, physician. But for me, it was one piece of my overall health journey, and it has helped me really with my progressive overload and recovery. I've seen a huge difference in that. So the biggest lesson here is everybody's different. Everybody's different. Do what's right for you. Talk to your doctor. If there is one thing I've learned after losing more than 50 pounds on a GLP-1, it's this. Don't focus on losing weight. Focus on building a healthier body, right? A healthier lifestyle. Focus on protein, muscle preservation, strength, if that's what you want to do, and long-term habits. For me, gaining lean muscle or preserving what I have, especially as we age, because eventually we all reach maintenance. You're all going to get there at some point. And the habits that you do build now are you're going to rely on later, right? We don't know what the future is going to hold. So build these habits. The one thing I can say is build these habits now. Build these healthy habits now, right? Prioritize protein, strength train if you can, walk. Best things to do. I'd love to hear from you, and please comment below. Are you tracking your protein or macros? Do you take any supplements? What has worked best for you on your GLP-1 journey? Please leave a comment below. I do read everything. And if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. If you're on a GLP-1 weight loss journey, I'd love to have you join my journey, my maintenance journey currently. So please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy this Sunday, hot one here in New England, and have a wonderful day with your family. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.